The next platform is going to be a position size calculator. This is going to be where you're going to calculate your risk. Now, if you're a beginner trader and you're watching this, please, the faster you get this, the better. Because I did not get this until about 1.5 years into my trading, and I lost so much money because I was just being greedy. I was honestly just being a gambler. I just simply wanted to come in and wanted to make $1 million off of 100. And just because the opportunity is out there to do that doesn't mean it's a sustainable way to trade. And it definitely is not something you're going to do for the longevity of your journey. So this platform that I'm about to show you is going to give you a reality on how you should trade and how to calculate your risk correctly. So this platform is going to be called Position Size Calculator. So as you guys can see, I come up here to the top right corner. I'm going to put Position Size Calculator. And as soon as this, you click enter, you will see how my effects book position size calculator will pop up. Now, there's many other position size calculators out there. I have tested all of them. This is the one that I like. I'm not getting paid for promo. This is a very known website. It's super famous. I just like how this platform explains it. So if you come here to this platform, you will be able to see how you can pretty much calculate your risk very, very simple. So if you were to come here and you were to create the currency pair, if you were to add the currency pair that we would be trading, let's say we would be trading GBP CAD, for example, how can you tell us the currency pair? You can see it right here. You can see it right here. You can see it right here. You come over here to your position size calculator and you would pretty much place the currency pair that you are looking to trade. So obviously we're looking to place GBP CAD. And then you would place the account currency that you have. Currently, I am in the US, so I would have to place a US-based currency account. But if you are a Canadian, if you are in the Europe, you have the pound, the Japan, whatever type of currency your current account is, that is where you're going to then select the account that you simply have. Then you're going to place your account size. So let's say you have $1,000 that you want to risk in the market, right? So you have $1,000 that you have currently right now in your trading account. And you're asking yourself, how much do I risk? Well, how much are you willing to lose? Because you have to have the mindset of every single trade that you're going to take that you can immediately hit stop loss. And if your trades immediately hit stop loss, you have to be completely okay with that loss. You can't simply deposit $1,000 and bet the whole $1,000 thinking that you're not going to lose it all. Well, if you don't calculate your risk correctly, that's exactly what's going to happen. So for example, let's say out of these $1,000, let's say you want to risk 5% out of this $1,000, which is reasonably high risk, but I'll explain more later this in the video when I talk about percentage-based entries and stuff like that. So let's say you want to risk 5%. You simply come here, you put the number 5, and then the amount of pips that your stop loss is. So this is very simple. And again, we'll get into more details on this later on, but we're just going to use this stop loss for example. This stop loss, I had a total of 44 pips. This is how it is measured. And again, I'm going to get into more details, how you just use this tool and how you use this risk to reward later down the road. So don't even worry. And we're going to get into more details. For now, I'm just going to pretty much go straight to the point just so you can see how you actually calculate the risk and how this platform works. So this right here is going to be a total of a 40 pip stop loss. What is a pip? Again, I'm going to explain this later into the video. It's literally the next subject that is coming right after this. So right here, you would have a 40 pip stop loss, and then the lot unit would always stay 1. I'll explain this as well later down the video. You simply click calculate, and then boom. You're going to risk $50 on your account, and this is the unit or the lot size that you're going to use. It's that simple. All this platform does is calculate the risk that you want to place on your account. So you can place the amount of units, or you can place the actual lot size that you want to bet on this trade. Whether you're going to buy or whether you're going to sell, the same exact thing applies. As you can tell right here, There's no different option that you can put, oh, if I'm buying or if I'm selling, because the risk should be the same, whether you're interested in buying or you're interested in selling. But more details on what these other different vocabularies are and how you can use them, because I know they can be very intimidating at the beginning, but they're actually very simple. So now that you understand where you can calculate your risk, if you don't understand some of the words in there, don't worry, I'm going to explain to them. You're going to get them right away. There's one other platform that I personally don't use, but I can see a lot of you guys looking for somewhere to find it, and I'm going to simply make it very straight to the point. I don't use this platform anymore because I'm a successful and profitable trader and I don't need to know these things, but I can understand as a beginner trader it can create curiosity, and you want to know where you can get a reliable source that's going to give you this information. So I'm going to give you the third platform, which is going to pretty much tell you where you can find all the fundamentals and if they're going to be good, if they're going to be strong, if they're not going to be strong. This is so you can know exactly what's going to happen in the news section of trading. With my strategy and how I trade, I don't use this at all. But at the beginning, when I was learning to trade, this platform made things so much simpler that all I had to do was just go to this one place and I would know exactly what's happening for the next 2 to 3 weeks with news articles, and it would simplify things a whole lot. So we don't trade with news. We don't need it at all. But I'm going to explain to you how you can simply learn how to read it if you're simply curious about it and you don't have to waste time looking at other platforms and simply just wasting your time. This one platform does absolutely everything. Now, this next platform is going to be called forexfactory.com. So again, this is not a paid promo. I wish these guys would be paying me right now for this video. They don't, but they've been around for years, even before I got started. So this is Forex Factory, which is going to be the platform that will tell you exactly the news that is going to be happening in the markets. So you would want to come here to calendar of the actual Forex Factory. As soon as you come to the calendar, you would want to then click over here, this filter section. And on this filter section, you want to then only have favorited the red news articles. You can have favorited all of them, but they simply won't be effective. These are all different type of news articles that are going to come out. They're going to simply affect your trade for good or for bad. You simply will never know. I have tried to create an edge around this and it never works because you never know what's going to come out on the news. You can have an idea, but you're never going to have absolutely any idea. There's no facts behind that. You don't know what's going to happen until the news comes out and says what's going to happen. So there's simply no reason you should be wasting your time here, but it's a good way to get educated and just simply be aware of when it's going to be coming out. So back to the platform, you guys can see how it tells you the day that the new article will be coming out, and it will be telling you the time along with the currency pair that it's going to be affected and the impact that it will have and what it is related to. As you guys can see, they have a potential forecast of what they believe it can be and what the previous time there was a news article like this was, and then the actual outcome, but the outcome only happens after. If I were to simply go to the next week, let's say if I were to click here on this week, you guys can see how Sunday, April 7th at 7:30 in the afternoon, there's going to be news about the Japanese yen with a yellow impact news, which really does absolutely nothing. It's literally somebody probably coming out and saying, hey, we're doing great, or hey, we're doing cool. It does nothing. So this is a news about the average cash earnings, which as you can see, the previous time it was 2.0%. They forecast, they believe for it to be 1.8, but the actual you don't know until the news comes out. Usually, sometimes they're good, sometimes they're accurate, but at the end of the day, it does nothing for your trades. And if you notice, if you just want to focus on what matters, you simply come here and you exit it out of all of the news articles that are not the red ones, because these are the only ones that will have impact towards your trades. And this is the only section that I look at on Forex Factory. So far, we have 3 different types of platforms. The first one is going to be TradingView. This is where you're going to physically be seeing the actual markets. The second one is going to be MyFXBook Position Size Calculator. This is where you're simply going to be calculating the risk that you are going to determine if you're going to take the trade or not. And then the third one is going to be Forex Factory, which is going to be if you want to then use news to your advantage, or if you don't, or if you simply just want to be aware of when there's going to be news so you can avoid getting into a trade. These are the three platforms as of right now that I have been using for the last 6-7 years, and they have worked perfectly.